Dear students, I am Sachin S. Magdum, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Government First Grade College, Sadalga. In today's session, which is for BA third semester Basic English, Rani Channamma University, Belagavi. This is session number 1, and this session is about Saint John. So in today's session, we shall discuss early life of Saint John and also the 100 Years War which was fought between England and France, which is the background for this lesson. The learning objective for this session is to understand the early life of Saint John and also to understand the 100 Years War and how it is related to the life of Saint John. So, first of all, we shall see the early life of Saint John. So, in the year 1412, that is in 15th century, that is almost 500 years ago, a girl was born in a tiny village in the center of France. That is in the 1412, a girl was born in a village in France. The name of that village was Domremy and her father was a farmer. The girl's name was Jeanne d'Arc, or in English Joan of Arc. So the name of the village in which that girl was born was Domremy and the name of that girl was Joan of Arc. As a child, she lived on a farm near the village, milked the cows, worked in the fields and in the home, and was just like any other girl of Domremy. So, when this Saint John was a child, she was like a normal child because she lived on a farm near the village. She milked the cows, worked in the fields and also in the home. That is, she was just like a common girl in Domremy. She had brothers and sisters. It means she had a family and they played together. So Saint John played with her brothers and sisters. They quarreled among themselves, and one more important thing is every Sunday she used to go to a little Catholic church which was situated at the top of the hill in the oldest part of that village. It means that Saint John played with her brothers and sisters, she quarreled with them, and on every Sunday she used to go to a church to offer prayers. Joan said her prayers and sang her hymns with the other children. It means she offered her prayers in the company of other children, but no one realized that in the years to come she would be one of France's most illustrious women. It means no one had the idea that in just few years this Joan of Arc would be a very famous French lady. Now we shall see 100 Years War and how it is related to France and how it is related to Joan of Arc. So to understand this 100 Years War is very important to understand the life of Joan of Arc. Okay, so at that time, that is during 15th century, England was at war with France. So there was a war going on between England and France. The war began in the year 1337 and it continued until 1453. That is, this war continued for more than 100 years and that is why this war was called 100 Years War. So one thing you have to remember is 100 Years War was fought between England and France, and this war began in the year 1337 and it went on until 1453. Now, after a great battle between the English and French at Agincourt in 1415, the King of England, whose name was Henry V had married the daughter of King Charles VI of France. So in simple terms, in the year 1415, there was a great battle between the English and the French army at a place called Agincourt, and after this battle, the King of England, that is Henry V, married the daughter of King Charles VI of France. Now, this King Charles VI of France signed a treaty. Treaty means just an agreement with the English king, in which he promised that his son Charles, called Dauphin. So, who is Dauphin? Dauphin is the son of King Charles VI. Dauphin is the son of King Charles VI. And what was that agreement? The agreement was between King Charles VI and the English king. And the agreement was Dauphin would not become king of France, even if Dauphin was legitimate heir to the throne of France. According to this treaty, this Dauphin would not become the king of France, but that the English king's son would be the king in his place. So according to this treaty, the English king's son would become the ruler of France according to this treaty. So this was the agreement between the King Charles VI and King Henry V. Now what happened during this war, that is the war between France and England? Most of the rich noblemen of France were more interested in their own affairs than in those of their king and their country. So French noblemen were selfish and they always thought about themselves instead of their country, and so they saw that the English were winning the war in France and they joined with them. So when the French noblemen realized that English were winning the war in France, they deserted the French army and joined the English side. They hoped that, why did they do so? Because they thought that when the English king's son became king of France, according to the treaty, English king's son would become the king of France. So they thought that, these noblemen thought that when the English king's son became king of France, he would remember their friendship and give them land and riches. So just to gain the favor of, or just to be benefited by the English king's son, these French noblemen deserted the French army and joined the English side. So these are the important events that took place during the 100 Years' War. Now what happened next? The French army saw their noblemen deserting to the side of the English and they became very disheartened. So when the French army saw that their noblemen are deserting their side one by one and joining the English side, this French army became disappointed. So in the year 1422, both the French king, that is Charles VI, and the English king, that is Henry V, both of them died in the year 1422, and the English claimed the throne of France for the son of Henry V, that is the boy called Henry VI. So according to the treaty, or according to the agreement signed between the French king and the English king, the English people claimed the throne of France for the son of English king Henry V, and the name of that son was Henry VI. Now many of the important French nobles joined the British or English, including the famous and influential Duke of Burgundy, and the English army captured Paris, the capital city of France. So during this 100 Years War, many important French nobles or many important French soldiers like Duke of Burgundy, they joined the English side, and this English army encroached into the France and they captured Paris, which was the capital city of France. Now the French in another city called Poitiers. So the French army was stationed in another city in France. The name of that city was Poitiers. They had their own king, King Charles VII, who was the son of King Charles VI, who was neither robust in health nor a brave soldier. So this King Charles VII, who was the son of Charles VI, was a very coward person, and he did not enjoy good health, and also he was not a brave person. But the French people wanted this King Henry VII to become the ruler of France. Now hard fighting was going on between the two armies, that is the French army and the British army, and slowly the English army, with the help of their allies means their supporters from Burgundy, made their way through northern France, attacking the French army and plundering and destroying the villages in their way. So as many nobles deserted French side and they joined the English side, slowly the English army became powerful, or the English army became strong, and with the help of their allies from Burgundy, they advanced in the France from the northern side of the France, and during this they plundered means they ransacked and destroyed the villages on their way. Sometimes the English came to a fortress or town which was strong enough to resist their attack, but only the fortifications could keep them out. So the English army was very strong, and it was impossible for the French army or the French people to stop the attack of the French army. So to attack of the English army. So let us have the recap for this session. So in this session we learnt that in the year 1412, that is more than 500 years ago from here, a girl was born in a tiny village called Domremy in France. Now she was just like any other girl of Domremy. She was a common girl. She went every Sunday to the Catholic Church to offer prayers. And during that period, there was a war going on between England and France, which had begun in the year 1337 and continued until 1453, which is popularly known as the 100 Years War. And during this war, England was in dominant position, and so most of the rich noblemen of France, who were more interested in their own profit than the country, and so they deserted the French side and joined the English army, and hard fighting was going on between these two armies, and slowly the English army made their way through northern France and they attacked the French army and they plundered and destroyed the villages in their way. Okay, let us have some questions. So the first question is, where was Joan of Arc born? The answer is at Domremy in the year 1412. The second question, which war was called the 100 Years War? So the war that is fought between England and France, which began in the year 1337, is popularly known as 100 Years War. Third question, when was the 100 Years War ended? So the answer is the year 1453. The next question, when did the war at Agincourt take place? The answer is 1415. Next question. Who married the daughter of King Charles VI of France? The answer is Henry V. Who was Dauphin? So Dauphin was son of French King Charles VI. Who signed a treaty with the English king? Treaty means an agreement. So Charles VI signed that treaty. And when did both the French king and the English king die? The answer is both of them died in the year 1422. Okay, so dear students, in today's session we discussed about the early life of Saint John and some important events that took place during the 100 Years War between the England and France. So in the next session we shall continue our discussion about the 100 Years War, and then we shall relate it with the life of Saint John. Thank you.